YouTubers. My name is Rosa Grusty, and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel called Darling Voices. For those who don't know me, I'm an evidential medium, a psychic, and an animal communicator. On this channel, what I will be doing is sharing with you messages not only from this world, but from the spirit world to provide healing and closure to families. Today, we will be watching a session with Frijolito the cat. Come join this animal communication session. Come see what it's all about. Hi, I'm here today with Maria Puzo, and we're going to be having a reading, an animal communications reading with her pet, her cat, Frijolito. Did I say correctly?
Yes, perfectly. Black bean, frijolito.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay,
Yes.
Frijolito. Let me just show you what picture I worked with, Maria.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that is the picture that I worked with. Can you see it?
Yes, I love
Okay.
it. So, yes.
He is a gorgeous cat, I'm telling you. He's a
Yes.
gorgeous cat. All right, let's just see. Okay, I had to ask Maria her concerns. Usually when I have a client, Maria, I ask them to give me 5 to 7 questions that they want addressed in the reading. Instead, with you, I just asked you, just tell me what was the problem and what's going on. And you did. You sent me a nice list of information. And what I do is I connect with the animal right before the session when I meet with the client. All right. So this way, I still have the animal on the sidelines. So if there's more discussion that needs to be brought in, then we can do it right then and there. All right. So the first thing that you had said to me is that he came from a shelter at 3 months old.
Yes.
And the minute that he arrived in your house, he hid.
Yes.
And it was hard to get him to come out of the hiding places. We reduced the area we kept him and his brother. It took more than 2 weeks to come out of hiding. After a good 2 months, they would come in bed with me and my husband and spend the night. So I asked Frijolito exactly why this happened. And this is the information I got from him. Well, when I connected, I got permission from him first, asked him if it was okay to speak. He was a bit standoffish, but then started relaxing, just like standoffish, like you're saying how he is around the house. But he started relaxing when he realized that I was only in his head and not next to him. Okay? So he was very smart.
No touch policy with him.
Yeah, no touch policy. And we're going to get into that. Yeah, we discussed that all. And Freya, I asked him about the hiding places, and he said that he used to do that all the time. Okay. I'm sensing that his siblings were born in a feral community of cats. Okay. They were outside. Mom and dad were very feral, the type that wouldn't even go near a human. All right. Now, he was young with his siblings, so it was a little bit different with him. When humans used to come to feed them, apparently there were people that used to come and just throw food down to them. And around there were garbage dumpsters, you know, those big garbage dumpsters.
Oh.
All right. And so when humans used to come, they all used to hide. And then the minute that the humans left, then they would all come and go out and eat. He says us small ones really didn't know what was going on. So we did a lot of hiding every time there was a noise. So if they heard a noise on the street, they didn't know if it was a human coming or whatever, and they would just go hide. Whereas the older ones would know, and they would just sit there, do their own business, whatever, all the time. Then we discussed, which made a lot of sense, why he hides. Because he watched the other cats doing it all the time. So then I asked him, that he has a no touching policy. In other words, he gets in bed, sleeps near one of us humans, but the minute we touch him, he's gone. This all goes back to the non-human contact. He speaks about it being a code amongst the whole group to stay away from humans. Okay, so it was ingrained in them. It makes sense. Or never, he says, and then if we do go near humans, this is what we were taught, we'll never come back.
Oh,
So I said to him, well, what do you mean that you would never come back? And he said, I said, what do you think happened to these other cats when a human had gone near them and never came back? I don't know. Did they die? He said. I explained that they probably went to loving homes like where he is now. And he was like puzzled. He was like, well, does that make sense? You know, that type of things. But he took it in. Friolito says that he is trying to get over this fear, but it's so strong ingrained in him. But he's trying really hard. Then you explained that he's being more social and he wanders around more lately.
yes. And
Is that
even
true?
this morning, I have another black cat, so sometimes I confuse them, and I'm petting, and it was Frijolito. And yes, and he is getting a lot better. He is, but I don't think if it's enough, whatever he feels, I love him, and he's allowed to behave any way he feels comfortable. I'm just hoping that maybe I can help him a little bit because I'm the only human that he allows the touching and he gets close to me. Like when he gets in bed, he sleeps with me. Unless my husband is sick. If my husband is sick, he attaches himself to his legs, which I found extremely nice. He's probably empathetic and he knows
He is empathetic,
that
yeah.
I'm not feeling well, so he stays with him. So my goal is to see if I can help him a little bit so he can have relationships with the other humans in the house. We all love him. This animal is loved.
All right, so let me go on. So I asked him about his being a little more social and wandering around the house. He says, I've gotten braver and now have started looking around and being curious.
Yes.
I don't want my mama to be mad, so I am very careful. He's very careful. He doesn't want to break your heart or upset you. There are things that I have no idea what they are, so I back off. And I asked him, what are you talking about? And he says, anything making a loud sound, I am gone and I am hiding.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right. So does that make sense to you?
Yes, because sometimes when he goes to bed, my husband will call his name, and he has a rough voice and he's loud by nature. And I said, no, I said you cannot do that to him and Tony. Just don't even call the names. Just don't say anything. Let them be. And when he hears my husband's voice because it's loud, he's gone.
He's gone. He doesn't like loud sounds.
It's like
He also shown me that around the kitchen, when you have some things that go off, let's say a microwave or something like that, it's just it stuns him and he just runs or he hides or he cowers somewhere. I believe he has very sensitive ears too. Not
I
only
think so. He's like me. Um,
is very sensitive. Then I asked him about, you had brought up, why are you eating by yourself? He said he
Yeah.
had been eating with the other cats.
Yes.
And this was very interesting because I saw a different side of him when I asked him this. It seems like he has very little self-esteem, very low self-esteem. And when I say this, it's like when you have a litter of either dogs or cats, there's always a runt in the litter.
Yeah.
And he was the runt that was always picked on
I
by the
always
other cat.
suspected that because he was smaller than his brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was the one that was always picked on by not only by his siblings and parents, by the other cats also in the community. So as a result, he's a little apprehensive to do things.
Okay.
He says, I want my own space and food. There are times where we would eat together and I would not get as much as the others because they gobbled it faster than me. I didn't want to hurt their feelings and be pushy. I love them all. He's very sensitive.
He
He's
loves.
very,
If he's talking, was he talking about the cats here at home?
Mhm.
He loves them. Oh my goodness, he cuddles with them. And they came all as much younger. They were about 3 months when they came to us. One was 7 weeks. He was like a mother to them. He's a very sweet guy. Okay, so I wonder if you
So,
need to
so really, he would rather do without rather than fight them for the food. This is how sweet he is. He says, I love them all. Now I get to eat as much as I can and not have to fight for it. I like my special attention.
Because I feed him on the side
I
now.
know. He
And
loves that.
oh, good. I'm glad because so I should continue doing that. I
Yes,
make
he loves that.
and I call him, come on, frijolito, come on, frijoles, and he eats by himself.
Yes, he loves that. You had said he's extremely kind towards his brother Tony. He says he
Yes,
loves Tony. They
yes.
have always been inseparable, even on the streets.
That's why when we adopted them, my granddaughter and I went together. I said to her, we are not separating animals. The shelter wouldn't allow it anyways, but we went with the intent of adopting siblings because it's important to them.
So
I
that's
know.
why he's so close to Tony. He waits for you said that he waits for your granddaughter from when she comes home, sits on her bed, okay?
Yes,
And the minute he sees her, he goes under the bed and stays there.
yes,
It's like he loves us and wants to love us, but he can't handle the touching.
yes.
All right, so I asked him about this. Friolito says that he has a strong bond with Rebecca.
He
All right,
does.
he does. He has a very strong bond, even though he does not show it. He doesn't feel like he shows it enough. All right, but he does have that bond with her. He wanders around her room. I don't know if you've noticed this. He wanders around her room before
He's
she
a,
even comes in to
he's like
check.
a stalker. Yes, he
He,
stalks
he,
her.
yeah, he wanders around her room before she even comes home to check things out. And I
Yes.
said, why? He says, I have to make sure everything's okay for her. And I think that's so cute. That was really so cute.
You see what
You
it
know
is?
how they just like walk around?
Yeah, it was Rebecca's idea to adopt babies, and she's the one who picked them. That there were three sets of brothers, and actually the shelter tried to discourage her from adopting them because they were not really socialized. And she was so infuriated. She said, I'm taking them, I love them, I like them. And she took to him. Frijolito is hers, Tony is mine. And she really mothered him until she went back to Rockers, and then they stay home with
I
me.
know, I know. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard when they go back. I know. So anyway, so he says he wanders around her room before she comes in to check things out. Then it's as if he gives her the okay when she comes in. It's like he sits on her bed and he says, it's okay, you can come on in. And then he says, I go and hide. He said he is trying to be braver with her, like he's been with you. He's been a little bit braver with you, he said
Oh, yeah,
lately. And he's
definitely.
trying to do that with her, but it's so hard, he said.
It is.
He wants you to tell her to keep her voice low when she comes into the house, when she
Okay.
talks to him.
Okay.
As I said, I really think that loudness startles him and it sets him off and makes him think about the old times.
Yes, I think Rebecca is soft-spoken, but she loves these cats and she has Mochi. And when she sees Mochi, her pitch goes high. Mochi! Oh my God, my baby! And
That's why
she goes crazy all over them and she starts hugging them. And what is Taco? And he gets nervous. I
he
will
gets
tell.
very nervous. So that's
Yeah,
that's the suggestion he wants you to tell her because he
thank you.
loves her. He really does
I
love her.
know he does.
He
He's
does
always,
love her, but he's afraid because of what happened to him before you guys
yeah,
even adopted him. He's like scarred and he's trying to get over it, but he can't seem to get over it. But he's trying. So that's good that he's trying. Then you said that sometimes I can pet him and he purrs and loves it, but moves away after a few minutes.
yes.
He's trying to break down that wall. I mean, he's got that wall between you, I mean, the humans and himself. He's trying to break that down. And slowly but surely, he says, as you pet him, he starts remembering his old way of life. It's like he's giving in a little bit, and then all of a sudden he says, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this. And he's gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the way it is.
And he's trying. I
I love
really
him.
feel that I really feel he's going to make more progress
I think
because
so too.
mhm.
You see his beautiful eyes.
Oh, he's
I
gorgeous.
think He's got, and I talked to, and I look at him in the eyes and I said, "We love you. We will never abandon you. You are safe." And he looks at me like I know he's sucking it all in. I'm going to
Is. He
yes.
is. And he even said that when I talked to him about that with the reinsurance. He says he knows and he understands, but he has this inferiority complex, Maria. And it's so sad because he was so picked on by other cats. So he has this inferiority complex that he's
And
going to
it's
have to
so
get
sad because
over.
we have 5 cats, and we all say it. He is the most beautiful one, and we tell him. I said, "You know, you are the most handsome one. He's so gorgeous." And the other ones are like, "We don't care. He can be the most beautiful one," and he still doesn't feel it.
No,
Oh,
he doesn't feel, but he has very strong energy. He's very telepathic. He has very strong energy. Um, he just has to work it into a positive way.
okay.
Okay,
And I
because I
want
think
to.
you're picking up a lot of his energy and you feel that he wants to
Yes.
make you happy. So I explained, oh, my earbud fell out. I explained all the reinsurance that you had given him. He wants you to do special things with him. Okay,
Okay.
this is his suggestion to you. He wants you to do special things with him to build up his trust and so that I feel special. This is what he
Okay.
said. So I feel special.
Okay.
And I said, like what? And he
Exit,
said,
please.
yeah, like what? Tell me. So,
Please.
so he says, I'd like special treats and talking to away from the others.
Okay.
In other words, not when you're in the same room with the others. He says, I have to maintain an image
Okay.
in front of the other ones. Okay, so
Yeah,
he's like,
because I noticed that one of the other cats, Taco, he's very vocal and he comes to the kitchen and he demands a snack and he's meowing. He's so cute. So that's when the snacks come out because Taco is negotiating the snacks. And Frijolito gets some, but it's not his treat, it's everybody's treat. So I'm going to make sure that I give him snacks by himself.